creating that certainty in the prospect. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So now we know we need to create the feeling of anticipation. We need to develop certainty in the prospect. That's a lot of the battle, but we still got some work to do. So that's going to come down to when you actually pitch your offer, right? The rest is going to come down to when you pitch your offer. And if you haven't heard or don't know, my definition for what pitching is, that's actually really important. So my definition for selling and what selling is a two-part definition. Selling is the skill of reminding the prospect how valuable the thing they desire is. Right? That's the first part of the definition. And I believe you have to do that first because I am always only selling what it is that the market wants to buy. And most people are trying to sell program products and services. But that's a mistake. And the reason that's a mistake is because if you're trying to sell me something that I don't actually want, then you have to build up massive value for me before I can see the value in purchasing it first. But if you sell me something I already desire, the fact that I desire it means I have some sort of value associated to it in some way, shape, or form. So instead of trying to sell what I want to sell, I'm going to sell the market what they want to buy. And I'm just going to remind them how valuable the thing is that they want. So that's the first part of the definition. The second part is, after I've reminded them how valuable the thing they desire is, I need to show them that their best chance, and this is the word I want you to hang on to, that their best chance at experiencing that desire is through, what word did I just use? Through their best chance at experiencing, achieving, or having that desire is through my vehicle, my program, my product, my service. Their best chance at experiencing that desire is through what I have to offer. And when you do that, now I no longer have to create value. Because the fact that I'm selling them something they already desire means they already have some value associated to it. And people are going to automatically assign all that same amount of value directly to the vehicle that delivers you to that desire. So that's my definition for selling. Now, inside of selling, there is closing and there's pitching. Closing is the skill of empowering an individual to make a decisive commitment to themselves to getting the things they desire. Right? I'll say that again. Closing, and this is my definition. Y'all can have whatever definition y'all want. This has served me well, millions of dollars in sales across a number of industries. Closing is empowering the individual to making a decisive commitment to themselves to getting the things that they're telling you that they desire. And in my opinion, you have to do that first. And I want to give you an example. So my wife and I, we've been married 4 years. Our wedding date was March 9th, 2019. I got married to my wife when I got a ring and said, I'm married this girl. She got married to me when I asked her if she would marry me, and she said yes. The wedding date didn't happen until 3 months later. You see, the wedding date was just a celebration publicly of the commitment that we had made 3 months prior. And I go to bat against anyone on this, right? I don't think people define things well. Top sales trainers, I think they would agree with me if I break it down with them. But I go to war with anybody. Grant Cardone, Bradley, like whoever you think is the best, I go to war with any of them. Because when you look at the psychology of it, this is how it works. The decisive commitment. They must decide first. And if you don't believe this, I'll just say this. Try to get engaged and act like you're not already married. Keep acting like you're single. Go ahead. You ain't got to worry about no wedding date, right? be like, yeah, we'll get married. I mean, the wedding ain't happened yet. You just ain't gonna have no wedding. Does that make sense to everybody? Say yes? It's the decisive commitment. People have to decide first. Now, then there comes the pitching. Pitching is the skill of presenting my vehicle, my program, my product, my service as the most valuable option in the market. And I'll say that again. Pitching is the skill. Remember, all these are skills. Selling is a skill, closing is a skill, pitching is a skill, which means you can learn and master them. Pitching is the skill of presenting my vehicle as the most valuable option in the market. Most people don't have the skill of taking what it is they offer and presenting it in a way that makes the perceived value increase. Most people think pitching is when you go, this is all the stuff you get. But there ain't no skill on that. Hey, bro, you just listing stuff off. The skill is in presenting my vehicle as the most valuable option and showing how each piece of it is the most valuable and therefore is the most valuable option. Here's an example. I told y'all my wife and I got married, right? Now, she had to make the decisive commitment to herself that she was going to get married in general, right? But just because she decided, I'm going to be a married person, doesn't mean she had to marry me. She got married to me because of the pitch. You see, I presented a specific route, a specific opportunity. I presented our life, building a life with me as the best value in the market. Because if I didn't do that, then she could still want to be married and just not get married to me. She get married to somebody else who she believes is the most valuable option for her husband. And on that same tip, I'll also say this. If she was undecided, I don't know if I'm going to get married or not, then I can have and be the most valuable option for her husband, but because she didn't make the decisive commitment to herself that she's going to get married, she's not going to accept the pitch. That's why I believe those are two separate things, and closing has to come first. Before I pitch you, I must close you first. Not on my program, product, or service, I must close you, which means get you to make a decisive commitment to yourself that you're actually going to get the things that you're telling me you desire. So we got selling, we got closing, we got pitching. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody tracking? Y'all still with me? Y'all not getting tired, y'all? When I say high energy, I need y'all to say